I have a feeling you get beat up a lot in real life.
Shut up! Here I have power!
Right. Anyway, I've got a...
Only 40% of you are subscribed. Fix that. I want to say thank you to my Patreon subscribers and my Twitch subscribers. If you want to help out the channel, you can actually help out for as little as $1 a month. Enjoy the video and have some fun.
Alright guys, so one of the things that I guess you can say always kind of makes me chuckle is when right-wing motherfuckers actually get to my video and like it's the actual people. Do you know that I've had a few people respond that I made videos, actually do a video, or not do a video, but like they're not stupid enough to do the video because they just responded like, oh yeah, this video put out. And like when they realize that I don't give, like, oh my god, this person said something bad about my video, they realize that I don't give a fuck. And it's just like one of the tools that they have that think that, oh, you a leftist, so you weak. It doesn't work against me. And I'm just like, yes, and you're still fucking stupid. Yes, and I still disagree with you. It's just one of those things where you actually like, but you're supposed to cower in the fact that I no dog, like that's not how that shit works. And it's funny because like I'm not scared of you. It's just like one of those things. It's just like, no, like, no, that's not how this shit works. I'm not worried about your ass. And it's just really, really crazy. I could have sworn I had Bloodborne. Could have fucking sworn I had Bloodborne. Anyway, that was a thing that didn't happen. Just looking for some games that I could actually play. Because, you know, reasons. But yeah, let's do some gaming and while I just like review some videos. Here. Let's go. In this video, I have on my list to like do it. Like sometimes I pull up videos that I have on my tab to actually do, and I never really get to it until like days later. But yeah, let's get to it. And by the way, this is another motherfucker who caught me on YouTube or on Twitch. It's like, oh, I see you did a review of my channel. It's like nice for you to notice a year ago. But let's go. Do I have this shit turned up? Okay, cool.
I made a video a couple years ago called "What is a reaction?"
Okay, so yeah, he gets 2.5. This is ShortFatOtaku. Yeah, and this is a list of evil words and concepts. This okay. We're not gonna. Let's just get to the video. Here, let's put up this gaming. Oh shit! Yeah, this gaming. Redo this. I didn't change this? Wow. Okay. Let's change this back. I did not realize I didn't change this. That's actually different. It's been a while since I've actually had this. I've actually streamed a video, but you know, that's a thing. Come on, where is it at? Oh God, I have not reorganized this one yet. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, guys, like sorry about this. Put the video right up here. Of course, we're bringing his dumbass up in a second. Where is that second screen? Okay, cool. Let's go. There we go. We have his dumbass right here. All right, let's go.
Examining the meaning of the word, the political meaning, not the general one, which is literally just somebody who reacts to stuff. The description of that video reads, "Revolution seems to be a privilege only afforded."
Okay. Is he quoting himself as what a revolutionary or reactionary would be? Oh, okay, okay, let's... Obviously, he's self-absorbed, and we have a YouTube channel. We all are. But let's go.
To the left, but the reality is, progress does not simply go in one political direction. I was on the right track, but there were still a few things I didn't understand. To begin with, the political definition of reactionary is a person or a set of views opposing political or social liberalization or reform. Or alternatively, a person who holds political views that favor a return to the status quo ante, the previous political state of society.
So conservative. Like, just say conservative. Okay, let's go.
Which that person believes possessed positive characteristics absent from contemporary society. An easy joke to make uses the first definition of the word. Since that definition points toward political or social liberalization, moving away from liberalism or being somehow anti-liberal means that you're a reactionary, which makes socialists reactionary. Sockdone Left had his jimmies rustled when I trolled Twitter with...
Like, what gets me is, like, so many of these motherfuckers are so, like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna troll you. It's just like, you really have, like, is it really that fun to, like, try to piss people off? I can't understand that. Just so you can piss people off. That's what gets you off. Okay, sure, dog, but let's go.
This joke didn't actually have a reply. But it is just a joke, not a real criticism. The more serious definition of reactionary is that second one. It's what breadtubers use to label the Nazbols, the National Bolsheviks of Russia, as simultaneously both reactionary and on the left. At least the more honest ones admit that they're on the left, just a part of the left that they don't like. The slimier ones try to pretend that the Nazbols are right-wing.
They are literally right-wing. What is your definition of on the left? When government do shit, like, that's... Okay. Let's play some stuff out there. Let's go.
Russell Brand is a socialist, but he has conspiracy brain, and his whole channel has become anti-vax stuff. Really? He's like a socialist guy? It sounds like some like weird Nazbol shit. I don't know.
By the way, the National Bolsheviks are a faction within Russia that want to see a return to the Soviet Union's political and economic system.
They were authoritarians. They really wanted to kill. Like, okay, let's go. Oh god, let's play some Subnautica. Let's go.
They're simultaneously authoritarian leftist on the political compass, and reactionary in that they favor a return to a previous status quo.
Authoritarian leftists are not a thing, you dumbass. Literally, authoritarians literally want to suppress freedom. Like, you don't get that? Authoritarians want to suppress freedom. But sure, no, okay, because they say communism. Like, even though we know what was done in the Soviet Union was just state capitalism. Almost like a certain nationalist socialist party. That would go over his head. But let's go.
I've been called reactionary quite a bit myself. Most recently by this person, Natalie, on Twitter. She's doing so in a thread where I ratioed her, and it actually got under her skin a little bit. Listen, I'm not Keffels.
Like, the thing is, like, you proud to ratio people? Like, what the fuck, man? Why don't you just... Like, ratios does not mean, ooh, that shit hurt. Does not mean that, oh, yeah, I'm just telling the truth. You just ratio somebody. But let's go.
I don't care whether or not I ratio people. I don't view my personal worth as being made up of likes on social media.
Yes, you do. Like, literally, this motherfucker tried to make it where he actually cared. And, like, what did he say? Hey Crimson, can I get an N-word pass? Like, no, you dumb fuck. No. But let's go.
But let's examine this idea that I'm a reactionary YouTuber. I'm not taking it as an insult, but I do want to consider the label. What previous state of society do I want to return to? And in that state, are there actually values found there that were...
You want to take to a state where where gay people or trans people are not out. You want to take it to a state where you can get you an N-word pass. You literally asked for an N-word pass. You dumb fuck. Like, don't act as if, oh my God, okay. Let me get me some food right quick. And yeah, I need a nutrient bar. Is it still on fire? All right, let's go.
Currently lacking? I think there's an easy answer to those questions. In terms of freedom of expression, we were significantly more free, at least culturally, 20 years ago than we are now. And by some very...
How? How are we more free? Okay, so mind you, who is the we that you're talking about? Are you mad because you can't call people just crazy shit? Is that what you are? Like, you're mad because, oh, I can't be as racist and homophobic and transphobic as I once was, so I'm not free. Yeah.
Loose definition, that does make me a reactionary. But we're not simply doing the what is a reactionary video again. That's not the title of this video. We're talking about something that is related but different. And let me show you what inspired it. A while ago, there was a bit of drama where I made a video about the alt-right pipeline. And then Xanderhall responded to it. And then I responded to that on Adam and Sitch. And then Xanderhall said he'd come on the stream and then he didn't. And then Xanderhall ducked a future talk with...
So your point about making videos is just people who you're mad at that time? Oh no, dog. Come on, dog. Like, for real? You just, whoever I'm mad at, so I'm going to bring a point out. Like, sure, at least Xanderhall has the fucking courage to show his face. All right, let's go.
With me, and also ducked one with Sargon, leaving Chud Logic wondering what was going on. Yeah, this whole thing was like a month ago. I was inspired to do this video back then, and I just sat on the idea, so...
Because you're a lazy dumb fuck? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said it like that. He's probably not a lazy dumb fuck. Alright, let's go.
Sorry. During that Adam and Sitch stream, in Xanderhall's comment section, there was one message that briefly caught my eye, but there was no real way to talk about it in the moment. And here it is. I find it kind of funny how right-wingers always say the left used to be X, but now it's too far. Like, bro, that's the point of progressivism, that we progress. We don't just sit at one place politically. 300 years ago, totally abolishing the monarchy in favor of a liberal democracy was far left and crazy, but time moved on. As things change, and we learn and experience, and as a society, we move forward and progress. In other words, to progress means always to move leftward. In this guy's point of view, the shifting of the overtunnel window leftward over time is not...
Oh God, he doesn't get it. One of the things that people are doing the progress for, and they're saying is progress, is not just to move leftward. No, you dumb fuck. It is literally about making sure that people are moved to less authoritarian tendencies, more, libertarian or liberty type shit. Not the shit that people try to use libertarian for, but more liberty stuff, like liberty positions. But let's go.
Only expected, not only required, but it is indeed a natural process of history. It's just how it is. Progressing not only means moving leftward over time, it means that it is the proper state of history to move leftward. That history itself has an animating force pushing society left.
It's not an animating force. Wow, you're dumb as fuck. It's not about animating force. It is literally about as we move further as a society, we actually tend to grant more freedoms. That's the nature of history. It's not just, oh yeah, I need to move left, or we're moving left. No, that's not what that is, you dummy. It is literally talking about more of people actually giving more freedom, be it economics, be it rights, just being personhood, or the expression of what their identity is. That's what history moves towards. Excuse me. Let's make that right now, and I need to make a knife, okay? And I need to make a scanner. Oh, I need to make a scanner. Let's go.
If you think I'm exaggerating here, it's not hard to find a breadtuber who will parrot this exact sentiment.
It objectively is the case.
I mean, by any standard whatsoever.
Oh no, he used an actual J who literally is what, in a corn suit, like that, something that his chat, pays money to get him into. Like, okay, let's go.
Historically, as you move linearly in time forward, political opinions move left. That's not an argument. Like you literally, it's progress. This is how it works. It's just how humans operate. What are you talking about? Literally, yes. It always moves left.
It's also not hard to find a breadtuber who will point out, just like that commenter, that a progressive who fails to progress with the times will eventually become a reactionary.
You motherfuckers LARP as progressives until progressivism, or the idea of challenging social norms, suddenly overlaps with the norm that you like.
Is he like this is his, I don't know, is this his whole thing of like why breadtube is bad? Like, oh, is he doing it? He's doing this shit. He's doing why breadtube is bad because reasons. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?
I fucking hate it when people like you act like that. It's so fucking frustrating. Progressivism isn't just about being pro-gay or whatever the fuck else, okay? It's about a fundamental, unconditional willingness to challenge social norms.
True. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? True. I need a high capacity tank. Do I need glass or I have glass? I need glass. Okay, thanks.
Or at the very least, to be understanding of the ways in which those social norms are formed and the influences those can have socially. Okay? That's progressivism. Because if you're just progressive because you're like pro-gay or pro-trans or whatever, you're going to be the next reactionary. You can't. It's not enough to just be pro whatever social shit people are for these days, okay?
So, like, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, this is the shit. If you are just, well, this just covers my natural, my natural, what I naturally believe right now, versus saying like, hey, maybe some of the shit that we kind of just, stand for, maybe that shit is not all that good. So maybe we should be more progressive in the sense of what can we do to get people more rights. I don't know, but let's continue.
You need to have a general awareness of how all these like reactionary takes are beget by the normalization of social values, okay?
So, in the minds of these people, the neutral position isn't actually remaining still. Neutrality is drifting leftward slowly over time. Progressivism is actively moving leftward quickly over time. And if you do remain at a standstill, you are automatically shifting right, because it's not you that's actually moving, but
No, that's not what that means, you dumb fuck. Like, it literally means that they are all literally saying that when we look at history, we see history progress in a certain way. We see a certain amount of different things coming to fruition, including rights for other people, including more freedom, more expression, not just standing with what, the world has actually said. Like, that's not what this, oh God. Like, I get it that some people have certain ways that they look at things because it is in their best interest to look at things a certain way. I get that. Come on. Thank you. I totally get that. I understand why people actually feel that way. But for you to sit back and say that they're just saying that no matter what, like, this is akin to people saying like, oh, they're gonna hate you because you're white and you're cis male. Like, no, that's not how this works, dog. That's not at all how this works. But of course, he's gonna need to be the victim because, of course, fuckers like this that don't feel like they need to change will always be a victim because reasons. It's not everybody else's fault that the world is changing. No, it's your fault for calling me bad because some kind of way I am, like, the fuck. All right, let's go.
the political landscape itself shifting beneath your feet. Some might even say that people don't actually become more conservative as they age. Rather, their culture becomes more progressive over time, and their old progressive opinions become...
That's true. Like, it's true. Like, okay, let's go.
conservative ones as they get older. This is the source of those right-wing memes that show conservatives of the future arguing for progressive policies of today. And this is why I talked about being a reactionary at the start of the video, because Vosh correctly pointed out that in the minds of many progressives, there are only two camps, them and reactionaries. And the more left you are, the more progressive you are. The more right you are, the more reactionary you are. So a person who is extremely progressive is going to be viewed as a reactionary by somebody who is just even a little bit further left than them. This entire interpretation.
Oh, okay, so we determine our positions based off of what we see on other people's. Yeah, that's how categorization works. Like, are you just mad because people call you out? Is that all? Is it that you're just mad that people call you out? Because if you're just mad that people call you out, live that shit. Either be happy with the fact that you hold your positions or don't. Like, don't sit back and act as if, oh no, they called me out, so they must have the wrong idea. Argue for your position. You said that we were more free 20 years ago. How? How were we more free? What was it that we lost by saying that, yo, let's not be as homophobic or transphobic? Let's not try to use the N-word. Please tell me, what do we lose? Because if it's the only thing that we lost is the ability to be cruel to other people, I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you can't be as cruel as you once were. Oh, poor child, poor baby, sad. But let's continue.
Interpretation rests on the assumption that progress and reaction are two forces that always oppose, and that to make gains in one necessarily must mean that you lose in the other. But I think that we can show that this is not exactly true. So many people on the left are desperately trying to redefine the Nazbols as right-wing.
They're authoritarian and they're racist. They are right-wing. I know, okay, look, I know ShortFatOtaku, that you have no problem with racism. It's not a problem to you. But maybe you should examine the fact that it's not a problem to you. Maybe that's the examination you should actually have. Not that it's, you may not agree with something that's not racist because you kind of agree with it as yourself. Maybe that's what you should examine. That just makes more sense to me. But let's go.
Or other reactionary left elements like TERFs, for example, even though they're clearly on the left, because these are groups that are...
Why are they on the left? They're on the left because they're women. That's all. That's what you probably think. They're on the left because they're women, and so if they're women, they have to be left, because we know that, bitches need to stay in their place. Like, that's what it... Like, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is crazy shit, because you feel one way because somebody belongs to a group that they automatically have to be on the left versus maybe what they believe. But let's go.
Are simultaneously progressive and reactionary. They want a return to a previous status quo because they believe that previous status quo represented more progress than what we're currently...
You don't get it. TERFs are literally conservatives because they want to seem like the only type of people that can be women are people with uterus, that were born with uterus, and not anything else. That's why TERFs are reactionary. You dumb fuck. Like, okay. I'm trying to get this tank. Let's see if I can get this tank. What else do I need? Do I have glass? Need one more quartz. Let's go.
Living in. Consider this. Whenever a right-wing candidate wins an election or a piece of left-wing policy falls apart, normies on social media will often post Star Trek memes. Star Trek is the progressive utopia in pop fiction, and these memes are often accompanied with stuff like, I thought we were moving forward, or this is the future that Democrats want. They view progress as being a unidirectional...
Star Trek, they weren't exactly it was a good idea, but they not exactly the gold standard of what should be best for, the future, because it was still a military, Star Trek was still kind of a military socialist. It wasn't communist. Like, they didn't need to work because, I guess replicators, like, they magicked out necessity, necessities out of thin air. So they didn't need to, like, you know, work that much. But let's continue.
Path. An arrow that points at the bright, shining utopian city on the hill, where all of humanity's problems are solved, and the only possible way you could disagree with them is if you were stupid or evil. It couldn't be because they're wrong, because they want what's good. They're for progress, after all. Meanwhile, somebody like a Nazbol is much more likely to view the future like it looks in Fallout. If you're living in a post-apocalyptic...
So, what, like, yeah, Nazbo's want to actually just keep the future and look at it as worst as they possibly can. They do. They do. Come here, let me scan you. You know what? Fuck you, then.
Apocalyptic, tribalistic nuclear wasteland, you would be a reasonable person to long for a return to that old civilization, that old status quo of prosperity, even if it's reactionary to do so, because the future isn't actually that good in that case. We don't even need to use these extreme, detached from reality examples either. Is it progress that in Democrat-controlled cities, we see spiking drug use and urban decay? Is it
Wait, he's not. No, he's not. He's not that stupid, right? He's not that stupid to realize that, you know, that drug use is going up in the suburbs too, right? He's not that dumb, right? Who am I talking about? He's a conservative reactionary. Of course he's that dumb. He doesn't... Wait, he's not that dumb. Wow, okay. Yeah, he's gonna go there. And I wonder why the drug usage is up if we doing so much good on the war on drugs. I wonder why it's up. I mean, like, it could be an economic downturn that leads to more depression and more mental illness and, you know, less economic freedom, which fucks with everybody. But yeah, sure, let's go.
reactionary to prefer a time in the past where there was more social cohesion? In other words, progressives view the...
There was not more social cohesion, you dumb fuck. What was happening is there were certain people pushed underground. You know, gay people have been around forever. There have been gay people forever. You just can't... right now, you're looked at funny when you start making fun of them just because they want to love who the fuck they want to love. Like, does he not get that shit? Like, okay. Sure, man. Sure, dog. Like, what is your... Wow, okay. Okay. That's the thing. But let's go.
nature of progress as being something like a technology tree in a game of civilization. You level up your progress. The new thing eventually becomes outdated, and those who cling to it become reactionary in the process, and progress marches on. There's only one way to go, and that is up. But in reality, there's actually a lot wrong with this conception of progress. For example,
then why have we actually expanded who we are, what we are as a people, and as a society, and just as the human fucking race? Okay, sure. Let's go.
Example, take the classical fascists. The socialists of today use reactionary to refer to fascism or fascist adjacent. They have no problem calling people fascists for no reason, but if their target...
No. It's not for no reason, dog. It's not for no reason. It's not for no reason. I want you to realize it's not for just no reason. There are fascists. Like, I need you to understand that. Okay, let's go.
It is such that it's too much of a reach even for them. They'll say reactionary instead. I've heard people like It's a Gundam or Turkey Tom be called reactionary because they make videos laughing at dumb fucks on social media.
They are reactionaries. They're reactionaries. They may not want a full-on, blown-out, like, oh yeah, let's take over the world fascism. Let's oppress minorities. Mostly because they have some sort of minorities, and like they're at least smarter than Nick Fuentes, who would be part of the people that they would that he would have on a wall. I'm just saying, like, when you are part of the group that would be on the wall, then maybe you're just too stupid to realize what you're advocating for. But when you want to talk about people, if you want to just make fun of somebody for their immutable characteristics, then you're a reactionary. There are different degrees, you dumb fuck. Yeah, there are degrees in different things and how people actually act. Who would have thought? But let's continue.
Media. And yeah, they're literally reacting, but that's not the point. The point is that they're laughing at the silly things people do in the name of progress, which itself is a step towards suppressing progress by making people feel embarrassed for doing things that are progressive. So if you're making fun of something that's progressive, you're reactionary.
Like, you don't get this, like, making fun of, and I hate to say it like this, can cause it where people still will feel that they should do it, and that leads to a suppression of an idea. Like, you can suppress an idea, you dumb fuck, by simply making it socially unattainable. But that can also lead to other people not being able to express themselves. And I know, you don't care because, you express yourself and you think it's cool because you're just telling how it is and you just telling the truth, even though, like, you're just wrong. And guess what? I have the same weight on what I feel is wrong and right because it's my opinion, just like it's yours. But mine's actually helps people, you dumb fuck. Okay, I'm being just, like, not uncharacteristically. I'm always being. I'm being unnecessarily cruel. Well, let's continue.
Obviously, though, iconoclasts and comedians who laugh at everything, including laughing at the left, are not fascists. But progressives treat them like they are because if you're not progressing properly, you're a reactionary, and they view fascism as the natural end result of reactionary tendencies.
Okay, your point. Like, it's like they want to like, people like this want to be the victim because, oh, you talking bad about me. Oh, you making me feel bad. Okay, but do you hold the positions? You do? Oh, well, I just don't care. If you're holding the positions of someone who can be considered a fascist, guess what? Either change your positions or just be cool with it, dog. Be cool with the fact that you're just a dumb fuck. Like, no lie. Just be cool with it. Why don't you be cool with it? Well, let's continue.
That's why capitalism decays into fascism in their view, because progression is abandoning capitalism for socialism. Or why liberalism props up fascism, because progression is overthrowing liberalism with socialism. It's all the same logic. Either you're a progressive socialist or you're a reactionary fascist. If you claim to be neither, you automatically assist the reaction against revolution.
And you know what? To be so myopic in your thinking that you actually think this, no, that's stupid. Like, there are people who think, oh, you cut a liberal and a fascist bleeds. No, that's stupid. That's not how you address how somebody is. So for you to actually say that is, like, very, very just, it's cringe. Are some people that are on the left low-key fascist or low-key reactionary because it's something that they feel that, like, is it because they feel like they have this tendency of making everything black and white? Yeah, that's what the problem is. But let's go.
It's very George Bush in a way.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
The problem with this view is that it's not true. Joseph de Maistre was the first reactionary.
Yeah, no, it's literally, we can agree that you shouldn't have such a binary view on things. But dog, you doing it too. You are doing it too. You are doing the thing that you're complaining that these other, progressives are doing. All to say that you're better than these progressives that's choosing to act like this. But let's continue.
And the first one to really write about the philosophy of reaction. In the context of the French Revolution, de Maistre critiqued the Enlightenment as a destabilizing social force, that a monarchy ordained by God was the only form of government that had political legitimacy, and that the only way to...
But what if you don't believe in a God? Like, that's a really simple question. And you can actually see it. Like, what was his thing? A monarchy ordained by God. Not everybody believes in your God, dog. The monster that he is. But let's continue.
cultivate social cohesion was through strict authority and hierarchy. His writing created the philosophical basis for modern European traditional conservatism, contrasting that with Edmund Burke's English liberal conservatism. In The Doctrine of Fascism, Mussolini writes at length about reactionaryism and de Maistre. The fascist negation of socialism, democracy, and liberalism should not, however, be interpreted as implying a desire to drive the world backwards to positions occupied prior to 1789, a year commonly referred to as that which opened the demo-liberal century.
So here's the thing. What reactionaries, and he actually touched on it, but he's too stupid to realize that he did it. What reactionaries want to do is keep everything the same or take things further back. That's what they want to do. They want to keep everything the same or take things further back. Let's go.
History does not travel backwards. The fascist doctrine has not taken de Maistre as its prophet. Monarchical absolutism is of the past. Dead and done are feudal privileges and the division of society into closed, uncommunicating castes. The fascist state is, however, a unique and original creation. It is not reactionary but revolutionary, for it anticipates the solution of certain universal problems.
Wait, he said the fascist state is not reactionary but not revolutionary. Hold on. If liberalism spells individualism, fascist spells government. The fascist state is not, however, unique or an original creation. It is not reactionary but revolutionary, for it anticipates the solution of certain universal problems which have been raised elsewhere in the political field. Oh God, that's just saying the government knows best.
Problems which have been raised elsewhere. Fascism has outgrown the dilemma, monarchy versus republic, over which democratic regimes too long dallied, attributing all insufficiencies to the former and proning the latter as a regime of perfection. Whereas experience teaches that some republics are inherently reactionary and absolutist, while some monarchies accept the most daring political and social experiments. Look at the language used in these passages. The classical fascists viewed themselves not as reactionary but revolutionary. They viewed themselves as the solution.
Wait, somebody that's wrong actually thought they were right? Like, the fuck? Okay. It's almost like I don't know how else to say it. They're wrong, but because they thought that they were right, like, by that logic, then you can't shit on progressives. Because progressives think they're right. Like, you can't shit on progressives by that logic. All right, let's go.
Solution to the capitalist versus socialist problem. In Hegelian terms, they viewed themselves as the synthesis to the thesis of capitalism and the antithesis of socialism. If you're a leftist watching this video, I already know what you're saying to yourself in your head. The fascist...
Wait. What am I saying? Come on, let's see if you Cassandra up in this motherfucker. Let's see if you the Oracle of Delphi. Let's see. What are you saying? What am I saying?
Lied about everything. They just wanted to get people on their side. But no government commonly called fascist ever actually instituted a true return to the past. Hitler did not rebuild.
Oh, you're wrong. Shocking. And I've literally explained what I thought. Oh, you're wrong. Shocking. Wow, he's a dumb fuck. Oh, okay, let's go.
Build any of the old German empires, or call Kaiser Wilhelm back to the throne from exile in the Netherlands. In fact, the Nazis hated the old German institutions. Mussolini viewed Italy's Catholicism not as a part of its conservative indigenous culture to be protected, but as a barrier hindering his consolidation of power. Japan had no desire to return to a pre-Meiji Restoration feudalistic era. Spain never had any...
Yes, they did. They venerated the samurai. And what they realized, what a lot of people realized, was just not the case. They literally venerated the samurai. All right, let's go.
Any desire to return to its old imperial ways, instead transitioning towards autarky, an economic move that is characteristically un-Spanish. The behaviors of these governments may not be revolutionary in the specific ways that terminally online socialists would prefer, but they clearly weren't seeking a return to a past state of politics.
Everything he said, the only difference that they were literally trying to do was trying to they wanted to keep themselves in place of the power. That's what they wanted to do. But, because they didn't want to go back to kings and queens. Then they didn't want to return to the past. No, they wanted to keep the power that they had at the time. And if not keep the power, they wanted to take it back just a little bit further than what it was. All right, let's go.
This isn't just my analysis either. Utopian fascism is a topic that's been studied extensively. Utopia, in the political sense, is the end state of progress, the final goal. When all progressing has been done, when all possible improvements have been made, when
there is no utopia. There is no utopia. There is no state of I won, so everything is right. That's the problem with dumb fucks like this who think that, oh yeah, no, we need to have it at this particular time. We need to actually be where it's utopian. No, there is no such thing as a utopian state where everything is perfect. Shit, there was war outside of Boston, say. The fuck? Okay.
Every project has reached its culmination. Human society achieves its perfection. And the fascists, rather than grasping for the imperfection of the past, had their own conception of utopia, separate from the leftist view of the stateless, moneyless, classless communism. The term reactionary modernism was coined by historians to try and explain this great contradiction within fascism, where they had a great admiration for the concept of progress, but they nonetheless rejected the socialist vision of it. The reason this appears to be a contradiction is because of the a priori assumption that
So, it is a contradiction because when you look at the fascist states, they didn't want to progress. They wanted domination, but they didn't want to progress. They wanted to have their will visited upon the world, but they wanted to keep the same order that was happening. And some of them wanted to move that order back. That was exactly what was going on. And if you want to actually say, here, Crimson Dave reacted to your video about him in his latest live stream. Oh shit. Oh shit. That potato man. Okay. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh god. Okay, sure. That's gonna be awesome. The potato man. Okay. Wow. Okay. We're gonna get to that video.
Socialist vision of progress is the correct one. Again, it's the skill tree that only fills one way. It's the Star Trek thinking, having a vision of the future that only exists in theory inside your head, and then every move towards it is progress. Every move away from it is regress, regardless of the actual cause and effect of the moves in reality. If you already have a mental structure in your head that says feudalism to capitalism to socialism to communism, all traveling along...
Like, I don't doubt that. Like, I don't sit back and say, like, oh, yeah, no, it has to be, like no. For people who sit back and just want to say that, hey, look, it has to be this, and this. No, that's not how that shit works. Like, all right, look, it's dumb. It's dumb. Let's just all agree that to say that life goes only direction in one way alone. That's fucking dumb. And if you haven't taken the time to say, like, hey, I need to look here, listen about like the shit that like is needs to be done with society, then you're a dumb fuck. I don't know what else to say to you about that one. Like, yeah, you're a dumb fuck if you think that life only moves in one direction. We look at history and we see a smooth transition, but life has really been fits and starts. Lord of it, the bitch ass patriarch. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that later.
Along a conveyor belt. Anything that doesn't fit into that move has to instead be pushing backwards. But like I said earlier, the fascists viewed themselves, not communism, as the stage beyond socialism. Again, the socialist reply to this is to scream that the fascists are lying. The socialist says, fascists...
I don't need to scream that they're lying. Wow. I can just say they're wrong. Because they put stock in, like, whenever you look at any fascist government, oh, the country above the people. Oh, motherfucking, you need to follow a certain amount of rules or guidelines in order to serve the country and not just yourself. Like, literally, I don't have to think that they're lying. I just have to think that they're fucking stupid and they're wrong. But let's go.
Lie. You cannot trust anything they say or write. They're subversive. They will do anything to gain power. Putting aside for the moment, that sounds like nearly every single socialist online right now. It's also an anti-intellectual position, to deliberately avoid an entire wing of knowledge simply because it comes from people you don't like.
But see, this is what, like, a lot of the reactionaries don't get. yes, there are some people who literally are just, they are, let's just be honest, they're politically young. They don't have the same kind of like life experiences. They see things that they hope are good, and then that's what happens. That doesn't mean that everybody who actually believes in um, socialism or more of a progressive bid towards like does. Like you're making an assumption that everybody has the same ideas, and you're just fucking wrong. But let's continue.
Dr. David Roberts, history professor at the University of Georgia, writes in his book, Fascist Interactions, that the greatest advance in fascist studies over the last 40 years has come precisely from taking the fascist self-understanding seriously. By now, it is widely held that fascism was not some revolt against modernity, but the quest for an alternative modernity. This
He's making apologia for fascism. He's making apologia for fascism, dog. He's making apologia for fascism. Sure, I guess you think that you're doing the thing, you're doing it right. Okay, you're making apologia for fascism. All right, cool.
would imply that it was not merely an effort to catch up to the modern democracies through different, more extreme means. And rather than merely counter-revolutionary or reactionary, fascism was in some sense revolutionary in its own right. Fascism may not be the type of revolutionary that your average online socialist likes, but it is revolutionary nonetheless. They viewed themselves as progressive.
Well, it's new. It may not be good, but it's new. Like, this motherfucker is making an argument for fascism. He is making apologia for fascism. I have this right, don't I? Is he making apologia for fascism? Well, it's not exactly which, it may be considered some progress. This motherfucker is making apologia for fascism. That's just delicious. Just awesome and delicious.
Even if you might not. This view of progress as an ongoing unidirectionary method is called Whig historiography. The Whigs were a British liberal movement before liberalism was a thing. What they were all about isn't too important right now, but they had a view of history as
What were they about? What were they about? You see that he's skipping over the shit. Let's see. Here, let's do this. Close up. Whigs political party. Not what I was looking for. What did the Whigs political party believe in? The Whigs believed in a strong federal government similar to the Federalist Party. If a federalist government must provide its citizens with transportation, infrastructure to assist economic development. Many Whigs also call for government support of business through tariffs. Wow, almost neoliberal. Almost neoliberal, right? Fuck out of here. That's why he didn't want to cover the shit. That's why he didn't want to deal with the shit. Wow, okay. What's the difference between a Whig and the Democrats? The Whigs could continue to believe in legislation should have most power in the government, while Democrats continue to support a strong executive. Whigs were strong proponents of the social order. That's why he didn't want to deal with the shit, because he knew he'd be called out. We're almost finished with this motherfucker.
Being a journey, where humanity travels from an oppressive, cruel past into a glorious advanced future. They believe the ultimate culmination of Whig historiography was liberal democracy and constitutional monarchy. The phrase Whig historiography was originally coined as a satirical term, but was eventually adopted by the Whigs and later the Liberals in the UK. The idea is that history has a goal that it actively moves towards, rather than simply existing. This is where you get
No, history does not have a goal. And if you actually believe the history has a goal, then like you tend to believe in destiny, and not everybody believes in destiny. All right, let's go.
Phrase the end of history. Socialism is built atop of the concept of Whig historiography, that history has a goal it actively moves towards, but they disagree that the end stage is liberal democracy. Marx's view, being a revision of the Whigist view, considered socialism to be the next stage after liberalism. Mussolini's view, being a revision of the Marxist view, considered fascism to be the next stage after socialism. And it doesn't stop there. For example, Alexander Dugin, stylized as Putin's philosopher, much like Gentile was
Alexander Dugin is a fucking Nazbo, and he literally is a racist. Okay, fuck. Like, why? Why doesn't he know? Why doesn't he think that? Like, okay, I get it. He's going for his audience. He's playing to his audience. But goddamn, how are you doing apologia for fascism? I just can't get that one. All right, let's go.
Mussolini's, and the creator of the National Bolshevik ideology, wrote his own book on this topic, The Fourth Political Theory. He views his ideas as the next step beyond fascism, like Mussolini saw fascism being beyond socialism, and Marx saw socialism being beyond liberalism.
Just because Mussolini, like, this is what I'm talking about. It's this whole idea that, well, because this says this, and this says this. Dude, fascism isn't something to be proud of, you dumb fuck. Like, am I missing something? Is it just me? Am I missing this? It's me, right? Like, he's not getting that Mussolini was wrong, and the fact that he keeps saying that lets me know that he's a fucking fascist, and he wants a reason not to feel bad that people call him out on the shit. Wow, like, you're doing apologia for fascism. All right, let's go.
His theory, the fourth theory, therefore, is progress beyond those big three, at least according to him. This end of history.
Yes, you said it. According to him. Is it me? This is a troll, right? This is a troll. This is a troll, right? Like, I like no shit. This is a troll, right? All right, let's go.
History, March of Progress rhetoric, is appealing to many people that the left would call reactionary, even though reactionaryism explicitly rejects the March of Progress, rather than searching for alternative modes of progress like the fascists do. And this is where we come to the core of the issue. Fascists are not reactionaries. Fascists still worship the concept of...
You know, words don't have meaning and shit like that because it hurts fascist feelings. So fascists are not reactionaries, even though by the definition that he gave at the beginning of this conversation, he because it hurts their feelings. It hurts their feelings, so don't call him a reactionary. Like, I just can't get over it. This man is really doing apologia for fascism. All right, let's go.
Progress in the same way that progressives and socialists do. They just have a different meaning of progress. Actual reactionaries reject the very concept of progress.
And that's the thing. Do I think that all fascists are lying? No. I know a lot of them are lying, and I know a lot of them are just fucking wrong. I know, because, like, I have more than 2 brain cells to rub together, unlike you dumb fuck. Alright, let's go. Shit. Alright, let's go.
Itself, and in doing so, they simultaneously reject socialism and fascism. It is this distinction between a fascist and a reactionary that I don't think anybody on the online left understands right now, and I think that's why they have a hard time quantifying right-wing politics beyond simply saying the right is bad and then getting upvotes online. Julius Evola was a philosopher in fascism.
Like, you get the idea that he's just mad that people call people out, right? Is it just me? Or does he just seem pissed like, you calling me fascist, you calling me racist? These are, like, look at the background of the shit. These are the words you can't say, you get canceled. Okay, Ed. Be happy with getting canceled, dumb fuck. But no, he's not happy. Because he wants to be loved. Like, these motherfucking snowflake, right-wing, reactionary motherfuckers, they always want to be loved. They always want to be heard. They always want to be understood because they they have to be right. It's their opinion. No, you dumb fuck. I don't have to respect your opinion. I think it's fucking wrong. Let's go.
Fascist Italy, and he is considered a fascist by many, but he called himself a super fascist. What he meant by that was he considered the classical fascists as not being fascist enough.
Is it me or this motherfucker look like Jordan Peterson with a better hairline? Is it me? It's me, ain't it? It's me, ain't it? This motherfucker look like a Jordan Peterson with a better hairline. I'm sorry. Okay. He's a super fascist. Like, the fuck? Okay, let's go.
Enough for his tastes, and his writing would ultimately discard classical fascism for not being reactionary. Ivolo's most famous work, Revolt Against the Modern World, is explicitly anti-modern in all of its forms, liberal, socialist, and fascist.
Alright, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this apologia for fucking fascism. Oh god. Of course he's gonna watch this video because I'm gonna fucking put his name in the title. And I'm gonna think like, and he's gonna say, oh, you just see, this what you did. Like, no, it's like, dude, you're fucking wrong. You're a fucking idiot. You give a fuck. Like, dude, you're an idiot. And it's not even that I think that he's lying in some kind of way or some bullshit, right? No, he's unobjectively wrong. And it's funny because, like, he doesn't understand why he's wrong either. And that's the scary part about it. Somebody like him will never understand why he's wrong. But anyway, like you normally know to do, like, share, subscribe, and all that other good shit. But we're going to end this video segment here.
If I gave myself the power